morning, data heroes. Welcome to day 4. Who's having fun slaying all those data monsters? You guys are all heroes now, right? Okay, so thank you for joining us. We hope you're all charged up, ready to rock and roll today. I would like to introduce you to the wonderful, lovely, amazing, and talented Hansa Magee, who'll be bringing us our data inspiration this morning. Take it away, Hansa.
Thanks so much. Let me share my screen. Now, I do have to say, after Kate and John, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do yesterday, and I spent probably like 3 or 4 hours on 15 minutes. So thanks, ASU, for paying me to do that. But anyways, yeah, good morning. My name is Hansa Magee. Thanks so much for giving me your time today. I have no idea why Brandy decided to pick me of all the people in the world, but there must have been something that she liked. Okay, so let's see. Now, a little bit about myself. So I am here at Knowledge Enterprise, but I actually have a very rare opportunity after seeing what John went through yesterday. I thought, you know what, maybe I'll kind of go through my whole history a little bit and hope it would be somewhat entertaining. So this is my dog. I identify myself first and foremost as a dog mom, and I am an absolute, just vivid Cardinals fan. So here's my really homeless looking dog. He's super fluffy. In his Cardinals jersey. And my husband actually grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. So he's a Browns fan. So here's my dog Coffee and his little Browns thing. But the picture is just a little smaller because obviously the Cardinals are much more important. Here's me and my husband. This is actually, does anyone know what kind of tree this is? Let's see, I have to get the chats up for your comments here. Let me move that over. Yes, it is a redwood tree. So this was absolutely phenomenal. I'm also a Star Wars fan. If any of you have ever gone to the Redwood National Park in California, it's actually like 4 different state parks together, but those trees are humongous. And this tree is called a Boy Scout tree. So you can see with our arms all out wide, that's my husband and me, it's just absolutely humongous. So one thing that we really like to do is we go on these camping road trips. On Sunday, we're actually taking off for a whole week in Big Bend National Park with his family in Texas. So this was from August. And so I like to think of myself as like a national park aficionado. I would totally retire and work in a national park in like 50 years. And then this one here. So I am very proud of this picture. 1, it was really hard to balance, but 2, does anyone know where this is? I'll give you a hint if no one knows. Take a look at this peak right here. Anyone recognize it? Maybe? Oh yes, it's Yosemite. Thank you, Joanne. It is. So I had never been there before, and my husband, who is crazy, he was like Googling, and we were signing up for this Half Dome hike 6 months beforehand. It's actually a lottery. I'm still, fun fact, regrowing toenails that I have lost in attempting this hike. It's like a mile up in the sky and then a mile down. And I thought I was going to absolutely die, but I made it. And so that is El Capitan in the background. And this is Half Dome. So I'm pretty sure I've done all the exercising I ever will do for the rest of my life. But yeah, that hike was pretty crazy. I'm actually also a violinist. So this is Humphreys Peak in the background. And I had the absolute honor of playing at the wedding of one of my best friends a few years ago. And so I'm not fantastic, but I think I was better than like a radio. So they had me play. And so, yeah, this right here was one of the best times of my life. Does anyone recognize this specific person right here? He's actually a faculty member at ASU. Anybody? Maybe? He actually works in biodesign. He is engineering faculty. He's super tall. He's 6'4". And he's German. Okay, all right, no one knows. This is Rolf Halden. So he is a faculty member, and he's really well known for his wastewater treatment research and triclosan, triclocarbon, getting rid of all those soaps that say antibacterial when all you really do is just wash your hands. But anyway, so he was my PhD advisor, and so this was a really fun event that we put on together a few years ago. What's my last picture? I don't even remember. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this one. I don't know how to use Photoshop, so that's what happened here. So I am also a big bookworm. I am into book clubs. We are recruiting if you're interested. That's me as a bookworm. So yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit about my kind of my background in history. Now, what's actually relevant to ASU and how I technically contribute in this chair every day. So was born in China. Has anyone heard of Harbin? Maybe. I think a lot of people have heard of Beijing or Shanghai or Guangdong, but very few people have actually heard of Harbin, which is where I am from. So I was born there, and my mom actually moved to Arizona when I was 3. She actually came to Arizona State, which is how we ended up here in this really hot valley. She described it as raining fire, but she moved here because she went and got her master's at ASU. And then she brought me a few years later. So this is actually me about the age that I moved. I was 5, 6, I think. And you can actually see there's a scratch on my nose if you look really carefully, because I got in a fight with a little girl right before this picture. So I was crying, did not want makeup on my face, and I kind of was fighting. So anyways, I don't fight people anymore. But my city of Harbin is really well known for actually the ice sculptures. So I put a couple of pictures here I found from the internet. If you Google Harbin, as I learned yesterday, because I never thought to actually Google my city before, you find all of these beautiful pictures that first come up. And so I guess Harbin is first and foremost, most known for these ice sculptures and these big lanterns. You know, see how tiny the people are in comparison. So it's absolutely wild. It's like super cold. It's Canada over there, but it is really pretty. And I've been really exploring kind of my cultural roots lately through COVID, through my book clubs and my reading, and just learning about the history of Harbin and the culture of kind of Northeast China. So it actually was a Jewish haven back in World War II. Harbin was also known as the Auschwitz of China because of the experimentation and the camps that Japan was doing with Chinese citizens. And then it also has a large Muslim population too, and Russian influence as well. So it's a very kind of cool cultural city, the city of over 10 million people in China that you've never heard of because China is humongous. So yeah, we share a little bit of that cultural history. So this is Rolf again. I graduated with my bachelor's and my PhD both from Arizona State. I basically stayed because frankly, ASU gave me more money than U of A did. So I decided to go with ASU instead of U of A. And I'm actually really glad I stayed. I really loved it here. I stayed for my PhD because I met Rolf and he was just incredibly inspiring. But then after I graduated from my PhD, most people go for a postdoc faculty route, and I was just very much done with the long hours of pipetting and with instruments that never worked and with bacteria that never grew. And it was just incredibly frustrating after 4 years of crying all the time. I'm sure other people had better experiences. But then I was kind of stuck with this degree. I'm like, what the hell do I do now? So I ended up taking a couple months to finish my revisions. And even though I defended in August, I graduated technically in December. And during those months, I applied for a ton of jobs, a lot of which, of course, were at Arizona State. And so my predecessor in my current role in Knowledge Enterprise gave me a chance. Here's a person who didn't know anything about research administration, only knew about wastewater treatment plants. And I actually worked with wastewater solids, so biosolids, so kind of the remnants of poop and the chemicals in there. So anyways, that was all I knew for 4 years. And then I ended up working here at Knowledge Enterprise. And then long story short, 5 years ago, I started here, had my anniversary in November. So haven't received my pin yet, ASU, whatever ruby or whatever color that one is. And I've been here ever since. I have a wonderful team of 5 business intelligence developers and analysts that work here. We provide reporting for Arizona State as well as for mostly Knowledge Enterprise, specifically on sponsored projects and research. So I'm the person that responds to the HERT survey for the NSF. I'm the person that says we have X amount in NIH and 300 in federal dollars every year, that sort of a thing. And I love my job. I love being here at ASU. I love fun events like this. I love seeing students walking around, being all crazy outside my door. And I love the community of people here that are doing their best to improve higher ed. And because John Rome yesterday posted a picture that he had with Michael Crow, I don't exactly have a selfie, but I had to one-up him. So this was from my graduation. You can technically sort of see that's me there. So I did shake his hand, and it took me days to wash it. Kidding. And then this was at a graduate event that I went. So it's not exactly a selfie, but it is a picture with Dr. Crow. So yeah, okay. So in the 4 minutes I have left, we'll see how fast we can rush through this. I actually really liked John's idea yesterday of some sort of a trivia game. But since this is analytics and data driven, I thought I'd throw at you some numbers. So post them in chat. We'll see how many we can get through. I'm going to ignore talking about ASU knowledge enterprise. Okay. All right. First one. We are the most innovative school for the what year in a row? What number? Okay. I think we got, yeah. All right. We are the 6th. Isn't that crazy? So this was actually a bunch of universities that voted. This is from our peers, actually, that we are fantastic. And then this is a very much my question. ASU reached what million in research expenditures for fiscal year 19? Getting a lot of B's and C's. It's actually C. So for fiscal year 20, I actually haven't reported it to the NSF herd yet because the survey is not out. And we're estimating around 660. Last year was 640. So this is lots of dollars, right? Out of 766 institutions in the world, we are ranked what in the pursuit of the UN sustainability goals? I'm going too fast for you to be Googling stuff, so. Okay. Yes, we are 5th. We're actually number 1 in the United States. There's a bunch of like Australian universities, whatever, that beat us, but we're 5th in the world. Okay. On average, how much do we receive from federal sponsors for research? So these are all the federal agencies. What do you guys think? I did actually mention this a little earlier, if anyone caught that. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of correct responses. It is also C, 300 million. And what percent of our first year students from fall 19 came from minority backgrounds? Big spread of numbers. Okay, so I actually pulled this from the ASU Facts page. It is A, 46%. It's pretty incredible. How many academic undergraduate programs and majors do we offer? Okay, it's A, 350. How many startups have we launched from ASU? Some of you might know that SkySong is part of Knowledge Enterprise. They're the entrepreneurship and innovation, and we work very closely with them. It is B, about 150. So last year, we had an economic impact of nearly how much in our home state? Rushing through these. It is C. I think maybe I'm picking C too much. I don't know. And then this is a herd question for the following. Which of the following are we ranked number 1 in research expenditures? So this is from FY18. It's the last fiscal year that's publicly available for the herd survey. This is a national survey for all higher ed institutions. So it's actually anthropology. And I put the other numbers on there because we are top 5. Isn't that crazy? We get so much attention here about the sciences, but there's a lot of other stuff we're really, really good at too. Okay, and what year did Sparkly officially become our mascot? It is B. 85 is when we became territorial and normal college. 58 is when we renamed ourselves, and 84 was actually when ASU West was established. I think that's my last slide. Yes, it is. Okay, well, thanks, guys. Sorry, I was a minute over.
Awesome. Thank you, Hansa. And thanks everybody for playing. That was some fun trivia, and I learned a few things too. So please see the conference webpage for links to all of the wonderful sessions we have lined up today. Don't forget to submit your recognitions and your reflections on the conference. And please see the Slack channel for additional links and if you have any questions or need any help finding anything. Thanks all. Have a great day, and we will see you soon.